I opened my eyes, felt it in an instant. What have I done? Why have I done this? It's May 2012, and after weeks of planning and spending my final day in the office, I wake up a free man. My own boss, my business, my vision. It's all on me. All the responsibility. Yet in that moment, all the excitement of possibility vanishes. I feel nothing but dread. What have I done? Why have I done this? I eventually got up on that unforgettable day. It took me a couple of hours, just me sitting there trying to calm my mind. I had the site and the business card and all the other crap you focus on in the early days. But a plan? A real plan? To get clients and make money? Yeah, not really. I didn't get much done that day. But I did get out of bed, and I did manage to send a few emails to people I knew had made the leap. Help was basically what I asked them, but I masked it in the form of a somewhat rational email. An invitation to grab coffee. That's how I spent the first few days working for myself. Having coffee with others and asking them about their experiences. If they too felt overwhelmed and scared. Reassuring me, they nodded. That was the good news. The bad news was that they kept telling me about failure. Times they failed. That if they could go back, they would do it differently. Didn't exactly calm my worries, but these warning signs did spark a curiosity. Failure. Is it really that bad? Is it something we can avoid? I sensed not, and so there and then I made a rather rash decision, making a commitment to write a book. The Successful Mistake. Over the next few years, I interviewed more than 150 entrepreneurs and authors and those who had also made the leap, picking their brains and asking them about a big mistake they made and how they turned it around and built success. It's hard to put the journey into words other than to say it was remarkable, inspirational, and without doubt the best rash decision I've ever made. There are 7 stages in the Successful Mistake. That's what we'll cover in this video and the 2 that follow. Yay, a series. How Netflix of me. But before we get to the stages of failure, I'd like to share something personal because this book wasn't about anyone else. It was about me. For me. I'm a selfish writer like that. Crafting books I need to write. More so books that require me to take a journey I need to take. Because I didn't want to be afraid of failing, of making mistakes, of stumbling and falling. I don't want that for you either, because this world and life, well, they're difficult enough without fearing each potential mishap. I'm a mistake-making machine, and so are you. There will never be a time I'm not, and this is okay. In fact, what I've learned is that this is what makes us human. There are 7 stages of failure. Once you are both aware of these and learn how to embrace them, you have what you need to overcome any obstacle. In work, at home, in yourself. The first stage is shock. And some of the stories I heard from people I admire and look up to were shocking to say the least. From hiring mistakes to growing too fast, making ill-fated and costly decisions to toxic communication tales of deceit and narcissism. This is the stage where the nasty stuff hits the fan. Sometimes it's down to you, an internal something you can control. Other times it isn't, an external obstacle you can do nothing about. Some of the time the warning signs are there. The mistake or failure creeps up on you over many weeks and months. You sense it's there, but you turn a blind eye to it because you're an imperfect bag of meat, and that's what we so often do. But on other occasions, the shock truly is shocking. It comes from nowhere and slaps you across the face. You didn't see it coming. No, avoiding it. Now, I won't rehash what's in the book. That is not the point of these videos. The point here is to shine a light on the 7 stages of failure, because these are things we don't spend enough time focusing on, and that's the problem, because a mistake is only ever one decision away, and failure can strike in numerous ways on any of the days you spend on this planet. Whatever the situation and circumstance, and be it in your control or not, when it hits you, it hits you. There's no comfort in hindsight. There is no solace in the fact that this failure will give you strength sometime in the future. When you're in it, you are in it, and it sucks. I listened to dozens of people relive such periods, telling me about what happened and how it felt. They were on the other side, in most cases far removed and way down the line, yet it still hurt, still lingered, still embarrassing, a sour tasting memory. Personally, I found all this reassuring because it connected me with these individuals who I looked up to and admired, successful and wealthy, embodied so much of who I wanted to be. Like me, human. When failure strikes, it's natural and indeed important to feel that. Welcome to the 2nd stage, pain. It can come in several forms: financial, emotional, physical, personal. Sometimes you feel just one, other times 2, 3 or more. Life isn't simple. It doesn't come wrapped up with a bow on top. It's nuanced, involves lots of other people going through their own stuff. And no 2 situations are ever the same. Yet a constant through it all is that we feel. Sometimes good feelings, thankfully. Yet pain in some form is often part of the process, especially when it comes to mistakes and failure. While researching for and writing The Successful Mistake, I didn't know how to express or process my feelings. As such, pain was something I struggled with. I'd either suppress it or feel all of it. I've done a lot of work since, but it remains a process, a struggle. Yet I'm not alone, because I've learned most of us find the whole notion of pain hard. It's not nice, be it something that impacts your finances and keeps you up at night, worrying to pay the bills and give your family the life you think they deserve. Or if you're ill, in mind or body, the whole process literally draining you. At work it sucks, at home it sucks, while you're in your head it sucks. Pain is painful, yet pain is a part of the process, and it's one that helps us grow and evolve a little ways down the road. But that's hardly a consolation when you feel it. What matters here, and what I've learned in the years since writing The Successful Mistake, is to take ownership of your relationship with feelings overall. You don't get to control them. When they stir, they do so for a reason, good or bad. Yet what happens next, how you act, process, express, lead, that is something you get to control, and although it's rarely easy, especially when pain is present, this is one of those aspects of life you can take ownership of. Because pain teaches us a lot, but only if we are present with it. If we're not, we just feel it, and it adds scars to our already scarred body and mind. Whereas if we are present and learn how to process and express our pain and feelings in general, it makes progressing through these 7 stages much easier. That journey continues in the second installment of this video. If you're watching this in the future, said video is on screen now, and a link in the description. Whereas if you're watching this in the now, you'll have to wait a week. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so you're notified as soon as video 2 lands. You should kind of subscribe either way because, algorithms. Thank you for watching. And thank you for being you.